I hope you're not making any beavers, because right now we don't have space for them. Just saying. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Timberborn. I'm the right gentleman. We're gonna start ourselves a new colony. I'm setting up those settings as you see over here. We'll be playing as the Iron Thief, the other faction currently available in Timberborn. And now I'm gonna be playing on the waterfalls map because, well, reasons. Now, if you're wondering why I'm starting a new colony, there are a few reasons. First of all, my previous save game, the one that I've made through like 10 episodes or something like that, because of the recent update, became corrupted. That means that I cannot load the save game, and if I somehow load it, the game is gonna crash. Why? Because the developers added a bunch of new stuff. For example, one of those. Basically what this thing is unlimited scrap for your colony, for your city. So that means that metal now becomes an actual important resource that somehow you can use to improve your settlement even more. Previously, you were limited to how much scrap you would get from a map, and after you mined all of the ruins, which are still available, if I'm gonna actually find some, yeah, once you mined all of this thing, that's it. No more metal for you. So this is actually a way to give the players unlimited resources, and that opens up some very interesting option when it comes to designing your little colony, which is awesome, you know, which is always awesome. Now, I'll be playing as the Iron Tooth because I haven't played as them before, and well, I just want to see how exactly they play. I know that there are a few differences from the other faction I used to play. I don't remember how they were called. So I'm just gonna call them like the pacifists. So the pacifists were awesome because they relied heavily on wood, right? Those guys, not so much. They actually rely on metal, which is like, wait, what? Beavers rely on metal? Yeah, I know, right? So we have to hurry because as you spotted the settings I am playing with, the game is gonna punish me. The game's gonna punish me really hard. So, what are some of the differences when it comes to playing the Iron Tooth? The biggest difference is, as I said, they rely on metal a little bit more, but also how do they reproduce? Normally, if you play like the pacifist faction, you have to just give them a house, and those guys apparently have a big ass house. You build them a house and, well, they do the magic, right? Here's a little bit different, because this faction requires the breeding pots. You build those things, and those things spawn you new beavers. I know, it's kinda terrifying, but that's how it apparently is gonna work. I don't know how many of those things I'm supposed to build, so for now I'm gonna slap a few. And I'm gonna pray that this thing actually won't completely destroy my settlement, right? There we go, something like this. Okay. So I've planned out most of the village over here. We need to get those things done. I need to get some research up. We got some water already. So that's great. We got wood. Yeah, we got wood. Okay, this thing is getting gathered. Get me the farm as fast as that is humanly possible. And after the farm will be done, they're gonna make me some carrots over here. And after that, we're gonna focus on the science aspect of the colony. Now, what are some other new things that the game is now offering? Now, remember that the pacifist faction also have a new stuff. But, well, I won't cover them, at least for now. For now, I want to focus on those bastards. So, monuments, nothing new. Decoration, nothing new either, but I want to start to use the fences around here, so that's why I left a little bit of a space. Leisure. Okay, those guys apparently have a shrine. I don't know, is this supposed to be unique to this faction, or it's like a new thingy, but I'm guessing it's a new thingy. They have mud baths. Okay, requires power and requires new type of resource that I'm not aware of yet. Science, you get yourself the observatory, which just gives you shitloads of science apparently. Power, the engine is a standard thing for the Iron Tooth, but what those bastards get, as well as the pacifist faction, they got a large water wheel. So now you have... Oh, so that's how it works. So I think they've nerfed the normal wheel? I think they've nerfed the normal wheel. I'm almost certain they did that. So now they have the compact water wheel and you have the large water wheel. Okay, that's a bit of a disappointing. Metal, of course you get the mine. Unique to this faction, efficient mine. So I'm guessing the Pacific Fraction just gets a normal mine. Those guys get an efficient mine. So that's okay. Smelter, yeah. From now on, you won't be using a grinder. You'll be using a smelter instead. So that's nice. Is this thing actually making... I hope you're not making any beavers. Because right now we don't have space for them. Just saying. Continuing with the new buildings. We got the tapper sack. Employs tappers who got the sap and syrup from trees. And then you get a wood workshop. Strengthens planks by infusing them with resin. So this is one of the new resources. They've changed the UI for the grits mill and I think the bakery. So now you can actually see what those guys are doing. And they've added your aquatic farmhouse. So this is available for both of those factions. Water has now deep mechanical water pump. Unique to this faction. So good to know. What else? Water dump. Okay, nothing new over here. Unique to this faction. Really? Okay. Housing is the same thing. Labor is the same thing. Storage is the same thing. Landscaping, nothing new over here. Structures, nothing new over here. Now, you get yourself a new tree. You get yourself a chestnut tree. Requires building forester, yada yada. Produces logs, but also produces chestnuts. Good thing it's not Brazilian nuts. But I have no idea what those things do. Like, no information whatsoever. For the planted crops, of course, now you have access to, well, plants that you can put in water. So you got spudderdock and catile. Okay, and you can plant them actually in water. I wonder, can you rely solely on those things? Like, can you actually flood the entire map and have only those things to rely on when it comes to food? Maybe? I don't know. Why is this thing working? Why is this thing growing? You are not supposed to grow. I got 19 people homeless and this thing is breeding new citizens. What the fuck? So, after like a bit of a brief time before the first drought is just around the corner, the dam is ready. It should stockpile a little bit of water. We got 2 water pumps with a little bit of a storage. I got a farm over here. We already got planks. I already got stairs and stuff like that. One warehouse over here to keep up the berries. The other warehouse over here to keep up the carrots, which is essentially a problem right now. So something we have to address eventually. We got the breeding pots over here. I don't know what's the math over here, because apparently those things will just make you beavers no matter what. So I'm guessing this is a point of like figuring out like what's the mathematics behind this thing. I'm guessing like maybe 2 breeding pots at the moment should be enough for me to maintain a steady number of beavers. A bit of accommodation over here. I needed planks, so I've employed this poor fellow over here who runs all day. You know, he's like in great shape. So he provides power to the lumber mill, which provides me with necessary planks. Free research center for the science. We're making a bit of expansions over here. Now, after the dam, forester over here, who's currently working on planting the trees. And another forester right over here. So that should give me, I hope, steady supply of necessary wood to start build like the actual real colony. Later on, I plan to make like a little canal over here, all over this place. Right, so all of this thing will be watered, and this is gonna be basically my space to make food and lumber. Same goes over here. Like later on, we want to destroy this thing here. So this fellow will have water. There'll be water going here. Yada yada. You get the idea. Hopefully. Build a district gate over here, because eventually we will have to build another district somewhere over here. We could try to make a waterfall here. Right? This is actually a perfect place to do that thing. But for this thing to work, I would have to get up here and blow up this section of the mountain. We could try to make another colony over here, I hope. There is iron here, which eventually I'll get my hands on. I don't think there's a way to flood that area. And I don't think there's a way to flood this area. Probably I'll have to use the aqueducts again. Ha! I wonder how that thing's gonna actually go. To make this entire colony work as intended, I'm gonna need explosives sooner than I think. So we need to get the gears workshop, we need to get the paper mill. And after that I have to get the explosives, right? So this thing can get unlocked, this thing can get unlocked. Okay, that should be fine. Now, what else we need? Oh yeah, we need the explosives, obviously. 400. Okay, I need a bit more research. And this thing will turn paper into explosives. So 150 power is required for that thing alone. 150. 80, so that's like 230, I believe. 230, 350, 350, and 50. Okay. So, if I'm calculating this thing right, I think I need around 400 of power? Yeah, around 400 of power. So having the large water wheel is gonna be kinda necessary. So I left to run my little colony a little bit in the background, and well, there is some progress over here. I'm building like a living district over here because, well, I can afford it. I've removed like those old blocks, I moved them over here. I've actually added them a bit of a decorations and stuff. You know, I have the space, I think, for now, so you'll see how that thing is gonna go. The farms for now are providing, but I'll have to make like another farm over here, and probably I'll have to swap to actually potatoes. I haven't done the aquatic farm just yet, but I think I could try to do that thing. The thing is that I have to first increase the depth of my river, because this is not enough, right? We need to go deeper. So that's like another thing I will have to do. The forests right now are providing me with shitloads of logs, so that's awesome. So we have no problem with building materials. Interesting thing is that apparently you need gatherers if you want to collect the chestnuts. So keep that thing in mind. If you want to actually go for the chestnuts, you need to have the gatherers around. So now they actually work really well with the foresters, since the forester make them blueberry bushes, and also he can plant chestnuts. So having a gatherer nearby is actually now a really cool idea. The big wheels are, well, big. They are really big. This is apparently the unique thingy to this faction. And the thing is that you have to put it 2 tiles above. Unlike the other one, the normal wheel, which can be built on like 1 level above the water. This behemoth of a water wheel needs to be built 2 tiles above the water level. So that's like a thing. I'm gonna have to get myself a little bit of an industry over here. So, you know, half of the stuff is already done. I want to have the explosive factory over here. That's gonna take some time. And of course paper production. But the thing is that for the explosives factory we're gonna need some metal blocks, and I have none at the moment. So there is some metal here, right? And I am planning to make another colony somewhere over here, collect this, and later on we're gonna have access to the underground ruins right over here. Ground only, okay, that's nice. Now we could later on make also a river here. If I'm gonna get myself a colony, I think here, I could try to blow up this section and basically make the river, but still, I'm gonna need explosives for that. That's the first thing. The second thing, it's gonna be hard to provide those beavers with like any resources. So yeah, first the colony over here, a pathway somewhere over here, and then we could try to think about building a colony over here. I got more goals done? What? How? Where? Apparently the shrine thing is working as intended, so that's nice. Another forestry over here, more trees over here. A few bushes over here with berries, because we need berries for those things, for the breeding pots. If you have never played as the Iron Tooth, you need those. And apparently you are not able to control your population as you can with the folktails, I think I will call those guys. So you need to control this thing manually. Right now I am running on 3 breeding pots. I'm just keeping like a little bit of children around here, just to keep my population going, and well, it's working so far, so that's great. Yeah, my beavers are enjoying themselves, look at them. Bastards. Yeah, the shrine, I highly recommend to actually get more shrines when you can. Mud bath, temple, and Lido. A perfect place to relax by the river. Ha. So the developers went like full river accommodations and infrastructure right now. I mean, they're adding more and more buildings that are actually relying on water, which is great because you are supposed to play as beavers, right? And beavers love water, from what I know. So I'm gonna make them something like that somewhere over here as soon as this thing will blow up and I'll have the explosives. So yeah, this is gonna be a work in progress. So far so good. The colony haven't died yet, I promise you. And, oh yeah, and I built myself a grill over here. I built the grill, I'm using the chestnuts from the trees, and I baked them and I got another food. Why not, right? So is there anything else for you to worry about over here? I don't think so. We're gonna find out about that thing in the future. If you want to test out the newest patch, link in description below as always to Timberborn, so go ahead, give that a try, let me know what you think, and for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna leave this thing as of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, like and sub, subs a lot, I'll see you all in the next video.